Hi everybody, this is Propeller Boy here with a bit of a tutorial on some interesting glitches, primarily for bosses and difficult characters on Double Dragon for the arcade version, which you can play if you have a MAME emulator on your computer. I know this is an old game, but it's a fabulous game. I'm toying with the notion of speedrunning it, and just a couple of fun glitches that I've sort of come across that I remember from my days in the arcade, and going forward, some tips and techniques on getting through this game, which can be pretty tough. So we'll start with at the end of the second level. This is when you're fighting the first instance of Jeff, who's a Palette swap of the Lee brothers. You can do this when he's actually there by himself or when there are other characters there. But basically what you want to do is you want to line yourself up with this line, get by him, and then jump onto the conveyor belt and lead him onto the conveyor belt. And when he's coming on, just jump back, go onto the boxes, and it will lead him into the pit and he dies. And that's the fastest way to do that. And the advantage of doing that when there are other guys there is that actually, I believe, ends the level. You don't have to kill the other characters. So this next one is in the forest. This is right before you have to do the jump over across the bridge. You'll see that I have a knife here. I've taken that from one of the earlier Williamses. And a Bobo spawns here, and a lot of people think they have to fight him or use the knife. You can just sort of juke him out a little bit. And a Bobo can't jump in the arcade version, so boom, you have basically left him behind. And you can use that knife to get by the black Bobo there, and then move on. And of course, there's another roper here who will drop a knife. And you can use that to also do some more damage onto the Bobo, whatever you like. That's what I choose to do here. So there you have it. Now at the beginning of the next level, this is a nice way to actually scroll a bunch of enemies out of existence. And there's a couple different scenarios. I'll go through them all. The idea is you want to get past the Jeff here one way or another, have him behind you. You're going to spawn the next one, no big deal. And then if you go to the right edge, then a roper will come down. And at that point, now I get beat up a little bit here, but it doesn't really matter because this is sort of the best case scenario that happens here. When they're all sort of attacking you, you essentially want the roper to be the one who's actively pursuing you. The AI only lets you one enemy attack at once, and you scroll them out of existence by climbing up. Now sometimes they'll climb up, and I'll show you what happens there. But it's better to have the roper be the active one attacking you. See, again, the AI in this game only ever allows one enemy sprite to be attacking you, to be focused on you. In this case, it's the roper. And see, he does climb up, but I'm able to scroll those two Jeffs out of existence. And the great thing about that is because ropers are easily pulled into the hair pull, you can just toss them over the edge, and you've saved tons of time. Now this is right before the final boss, and this is actually the easiest way to go through this last gauntlet. We're going to get to Willie, the machine gun guy, early, and once he is killed, everyone else runs away. So you don't have to kill anybody else. And the trick is getting a Bobo's attention. You'll see, now he is the one actively pursuing me. You can see me going on this angle. And you want to line yourself up to the bottom line of that second tile, like there. Go to the wall, elbow him when he goes to the edge of the carpet, go to his feet, kick, and then he will throw you up there. And so at that point, what you can do is you can just, you keep walking forward and kicking Willie. You don't want to punch, you don't want to headbutt, you don't want to do anything. You don't want to go too far down. What will end up happening is that you do one kick, go into the hair pull, and Willie will say, no, I'm going to throw you out of it. But you just keep walking forward, kicking him. You have a very small, just a couple of pixels really, where you can move to here. So you just want to keep mashing forward and kick. And then after a bunch of times, what's going to happen is that eventually you'll get him into the hair pull, where he won't kick out of it. And at that point, you give him the knee a couple times and then throw him. Like this time. So you give him the two kicks, you throw him, and that'll kill him. And now everybody will just come in and run away. So you don't have to kill the Abobo, the Ropers, the Jeffs. Don't have to kill any of them. And so that's a nice, easy way to go through there. It's fast, it's simple. I never knew this when I was a kid. I actually saw it on a tool-assisted run, and I just sort of systematized the best way to do it. So there's a couple of other scenarios. We can go through that now. This is the one where you can't get past a Bobo. You can't, he just keeps backing up. So you just have to basically elbow him, then make sure he's the one who's pursuing you. Line yourself up to that bottom slot of that second tile. Go to the wall, elbow him when he gets to the edge of the carpet, go to his feet, turn around, kick when he gets up, and he'll throw you up there. And then you can just keep going. Take your kicks at Willie. Now here's one example where actually it can be sometimes tricky to get a Bobo to be the one who actively is attacking you. And sometimes you can like goof it up or you get knocked down or whatever. It's no big deal. You can just sort of, this shows you an example of how you can just move around a little bit and try and set things up. So a Bobo still is not the one who's attacking me, so I go out here a little bit to try. There we go, I've engaged him, I see it's him. I try to get back into position, see if he'll come for me. He does. So I'm lined up, elbow him at the edge of the carpet, go to his feet, kick. And even though I got punched there, it didn't matter. He was able to throw me up. So it's a matter of just like the right positioning and of course the right timing, and it'll take a little bit of practice, but it's really the only way to do it because otherwise it takes you significantly longer to be able to beat all those guys. So I hope you enjoyed that. Thanks.